Red tide continues to spread all the way to the other side of Florida. We'll look at the conditions on Florida's east coast.
Plus, gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum on the Sun Coast today, what he had to say about the red tide problem.
And after firefighters protested unfair treatment last week, the fire chief is now responding. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 6.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Now to our top story. Many beaches in southwest Florida are going back to having clean white sand and no smell of dead fish in sight, but the waters are still looking discolored. ABC7's Rebecca Fernandez joins us live now from Venice with how a new algae bloom is taking over some parts of the Gulf of Mexico.
Jacqueline, yes, red tide levels are still high here in Sarasota County, but when you grab our water and put it inside of a water bottle, it looks like this, pretty clear, and you could see right through it. That's not the case in beaches just south of us. Instead, their water looks like this. A viewer from Boca Grande sent us this photo after she left the beach in complete shock. The water crashing on the shoreline all throughout Charlotte, Collier, and Lee counties is black. And although the smell of dead fish is gone, water samples have proven that red tide continues to be present in the Gulf and has even made its way to the East Coast. So beachgoers assumed this was just a stronger wave of the algae in the water. But scientists in Naples now say this murky, dark water is not red tide. It's being caused by another bloom of a non-toxic diatom called Cylindrophica. They say it's not harmful to humans, but many locals are wanting more research to be done before they get back into the water.
I think we need to be cautious until we get that, until we're sure that everything is okay to get in there and be safe. You know, this is something that can actually hurt us in the long run if it has bacteria. So it's sad because it's a beautiful day.
No local agencies were willing to talk to me today about this bloom or if they think it'll make its way to the Sun Coast. Live in Venice, Rebecca Fernandez, ABC7, your Suncoast News. Back to you guys.
All right, Rebecca, thank you. Researchers say stone crabs have a tough time surviving in high levels of red tide, but some believe the crabs are learning how to adapt to that toxic algae. Scientists found that stone crabs exposed to those high levels of red tide were 4 times more likely to die than in clean water. Suncoast charter captains say they haven't seen a decrease in stone crabs so far this year, although they have seen a drop in most other marine species.
The babies I've been seeing have been by rocks, or they've been inside shells or buried up.
That leaves a lot of seafood lovers curious about stone crab season, which starts later this month. Some local seafood restaurants have noticed a surprising correlation between red tide and stone crab season. Years with bad red tide results in booming stone crab seasons. So figure that out. I don't know.
Interesting. Didn't think that would wasn't expecting that one. Excuse me. Well, let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our first alert forecast. Bob.
And I know the folks that put those traps out there really like to see cold fronts come down because it kind of stirs up the water a little bit and allows those crabs to make their move. And looks like no cold fronts around right now, but I think once we get past mid-October, we'll start to see more and more of that activity. East winds around that area of high pressure off the southeast coast of the United States is bringing us a pretty strong east wind. That's not allowing that breeze to west coast breeze to develop. And so these showers are moving pretty quickly. So you got some rain earlier. We're getting some more rain again on Longboat Key. One lightning strike there too. So keep that in mind. Although the storms aren't threatening as far as excessive lightning, there still could be an occasional lightning strike here and there. This one now moving over the Ringling Bridge out on toward, again, it looks like the south end of Longboat Key near Lido. St. Armand's Circle getting some rainfall. It won't be around much longer. The next 10 minutes it should be out of there. Then Osprey, you'll get some rain here in the next 10 minutes or so and south thereof, maybe clipping parts of Nokomis as that shower moves to the west. So the picture is this. We're going to see periods of light to moderate showers move through rather quickly across the Sun Coast, and then that activity will end, say, around 8 o'clock. Not much else to the east, so things are looking good. Most areas will stay dry from the point on out. Temperature 83 in Jacksonville. It's 84 in Orlando now, 82 in Sarasota. The moisture that we had around today, the showers have been a little bit more than we saw yesterday, while we get some dry air settling in for us tomorrow. More on that and the tropics acting up down to our south. Details in a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. A man accused of raping a woman at gunpoint and then throwing her off a Fort Myers bridge is arrested in Sarasota County. Melvin Williams taken into custody in Northport. Sheriff's deputies say the registered sex offender was wanted on a warrant in Lee County for the crime. Williams has a prior conviction from last year of lewd and lascivious molestation of a victim under 12 years old.
Well, in this video posted on Northport Police's social media, they poke fun of the two people they're trying to hunt down. Despite the funny music, these people are facing some serious charges. Police say they need help identifying the men in this video accused of burglary and criminal mischief. The suspects may have been riding in a gray Toyota Corolla.
Strange story at a Walmart near Daytona has parents on edge. Police say Helmuth Kolb approached a mother at a store and then offered her $200,000 for her 8-year-old daughter. The mother says when she tried to walk away, the 81-year-old Kolb grabbed her daughter and kissed her wrist. After his arrest, another woman came forward on social media describing a similar interaction with him. He's now charged with battery and false imprisonment.
Opponents of Judge Brett Kavanaugh's nomination to the U.S. Supreme Court visited Senator Marco Rubio's office at the Florida Capitol today, asking the Republican lawmaker to vote against Kavanaugh's confirmation. Members of several left-leaning groups spoke to Rubio's Tallahassee staffers and delivered a letter detailing their opposition to Kavanaugh, who has been accused of sexually assaulting women while in high school and college. A full confirmation vote could happen as early as Friday, with senators almost evenly split for or against Kavanaugh, who denied the accusations during a U.S. Senate hearing last week.
A lifetime Supreme Court judge with the temperament that Kavanaugh demonstrated in those hearings last week is a danger.
This onslaught of last-minute.
In a statement late last week, Senator Rubio said he will support Kavanaugh's confirmation when a final vote is taken, while Democratic Senator Bill Nelson has stated he will vote against that confirmation.
We are a little more than a month away from finding out who the next governor of Florida will be, and one of the candidates made a stop on the Suncoast today. Democratic candidate Andrew Gillum visiting Siesta Beach this morning, stressing the importance on protecting the environment in Florida. Gillum also says Republicans have not done enough to reduce the impact of red tide.
We got to be very clear. We cannot allow Rick Scott and Ron DeSantis to become election year environmentalists. We're not interested in that.
Gillum is running against former Congressman Ron DeSantis in a race that will be decided on November 6th. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, protesters with Suncoast Firefighters and Paramedics Union lined the front lawn of Cedar Hammock Fire Rescue in Bradenton last week. Tonight, we're going to hear from the fire chief.
Plus, how a Sarasota woman is using social media to find two boys she says helped save her life.
In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. I'm retired Colonel Greg Gatson, and it's my mission to help you get the benefits and services you've earned. If you need to file a VA claim, remember these important steps. Submit an online claim through ebenefits.va.gov. Work with an accredited Veteran Service Organization, or VSO. And if you need to attend a VA claim exam, please go. Visit this website to learn what to expect.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-Sparky.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hot, hot. It's the Gatto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com.
Gattle's got it.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Allegations of a hostile work environment have shown a negative light on Cedar Hammock Fire Rescue in the past several months.
But it's a light that the chief says is unfair and inaccurate. Today he sat down with ABC7's Taylor Torregano to respond to accusations made by members of the Suncoast Firefighters and Paramedics Union.
I think it's a phenomenal place to work. I enjoy coming to work every day. We're a department who takes pride in the things that we do. When this chief got here, he kind of, brought us back a little bit and got us back on track to where we should have been.
All 8 firefighters of varying ranks at Cedar Hammock Fire Rescue had different experiences, but the same view on allegations that this department has a hostile work environment.
I just haven't seen that version of what, that picture that people are painting. I haven't seen that since I've been here, and I don't really feel like it exists.
Members of the Suncoast Firefighters and Paramedics Union are accusing Chief Jeffrey Hoyle of running an unfair dictatorship.
We have rules and regulations to follow because we're serving the public. To ensure their health, safety, and welfare, we've got to run a system that's managed. We're a paramilitary organization.
With that said, Chief Hoyle adds that there is still plenty of room for his employees to make any recommendations to improve the department, and there's due process when it's time for discipline.
If we have negligent actions, this is the public's property. We serve the public, so we can't just look away.
It's definitely different than previous leadership before Chief Hoyle, but this crew says a tighter grip on the reins was needed.
Absolutely, I think it's for the better. We were kind of potentially going down a slippery slope if we would have kept going down that same track.
And from the chief's perspective, turning a department into an organization to be proud of.
I've done the best I can do by these guys, and I'll continue to do that.
ABC7's Taylor Torregano reporting there. The chief says he has a lot to show for the improvements he's made in the 5 years since he's taken over, including creating 9 new positions, replacing nearly all of the aging apparatus, and giving everyone a 5% raise.
Tonight, a Sarasota woman is asking for your help as she tries to find 2 young boys who she says helped save her life. Lonnie Ray says she was riding her bike home from work near the intersection of Bee Ridge Road and Bond Place when she felt an excruciating pain that paralyzed her body. She says she was lying in the parking lot of Sound Choice for around 30 minutes until 2 young boys came up and asked her if she needed help.
The fact that they were compassionate enough to be the ones to stop and help me means more to me than anything. It gives me faith.
She says because she was in so much pain, she forgot to ask for those boys' names and thank them. Now, if you have any information that could help Lonnie find them, her contact information can be found by clicking on this story on mysuncoast.com.
I'm hopeful that that will happen.
I would love to see that reunion.
Yeah, a couple of good Samaritans there. We are looking at some showers around right now. It's been nice for the beachgoers. We talked about that earlier in the newscast as that east wind anyway, helping keep the harmful impacts offshore. As far as that red tide goes, I'll be happy when the day comes when there's cold fronts to talk about and no more red tide. Holmes Beach webcam showing the beachgoers out there occasionally today out on Anna Maria Island, and there were some peaks of the sunshine. Then the showers came through occasionally. More rain is dancing about the Sun Coast, but most of it's offshore right now. And it looks as though we'll see a slight chance for a few evening showers in the mix over the next hour or so. I think most of it should be over by 8. There's a lone shower. I like these lone showers out there. We get that east wind. We don't have a lot of convergence, so they just kind of move out into the Gulf of Mexico. This one from Pam Lawrence on Siesta yesterday. A high pressure continues to dominate the weather to the northeast of us now. That's giving us that easterly wind flow, and as that east wind comes over, it comes over pretty strong, and so that sea breeze never gets a chance to develop, never gets a chance to work inland, so the showers will progress from the east to the west and then move offshore like we're seeing right now. They're intensifying somewhat. That's due to the fact that the water temperature is still into the mid-80s here, and there's just enough convergence set out in the Gulf of Mexico to allow these to intensify somewhat. So maybe we'll get a nice night light show as those storms continue to move away from land. But as I mentioned, still a chance for a few scattered showers, not as much. You can still see that activity near Osprey pretty much done. It didn't take long, did it? Just about 10 minutes, and then it's over with. Siesta Key, a lone shower there. Longboat Key, more than likely that's off into the Gulf already. Well, some dry air to the east of the state will slowly work in tomorrow, and that will lower our rain chances. There'll still be 30% chance for a few showers late in the day, but I don't think as many as we saw today, and it wasn't a lot today either. Well, the moisture that you see here will slowly slip off to the west as that dry air and clear skies that you see over the northern portions of the Bahamas and north of the Bahamas will move in throughout the day on Wednesday. Well, down south, this looks rather impressive. A pretty good deal of heavy thunderstorms there. The remnants of what was Kirk is still kind of hanging and milling around down there. To watch this closely. This is an area that can pop up storms very quickly. The European model showing this area of low pressure moving northward. This is next week, though. If you look at the time frame, that's Tuesday, October 9th. A closed low moving through the central Bahamas and then getting close to Florida on Friday, October 12th. So this would be, if this were the case, and it's a long way off, so we can't go that this is going to be a storm right here. We saw that over the past couple of years that these move around and change directions. The GFS has it going off toward the Gulf of Mexico, but I do think something will pop up out of there. Exactly where it's going to be, it still remains to be unseen. Well, it still remains to be seen, I should say. Here's what's happening. This is Leslie. It's been around for over a week now and could last for another week. As it heads to the south, it's going to intensify, could get up to hurricane status, and then back north and then back to the east. Here's the path that is taken. This is the path that is going to go, we think, and it looks like it'll go back to its originating place right there in the central Atlantic as a tropical storm. It could be a record breaker as far as the duration goes. We'll see. The next named storm up is Michael, followed by Nadine. Hopefully that's it. 83 in Jacksonville. Now it's 84 in Orlando, so temperatures are cooling down a bit. After the highs today, we're in the low 90s. We're right now into the mid to upper 80s. Currently, it's 82 degrees at the airport. Feels like 88 degrees. And as far as the high goes, 92, 2 degrees shy of the record, 94. And we are counting on another hot day for us tomorrow. The hourly calls for heat indices up near the mid to upper 90s as early as noon tomorrow. A chance for late day showers, but not much, only at 30%. For boaters, winds will be 2 feet or less. We'll start off a bit brisk, 15 knots, subsiding 5 to 10. In the afternoon, all out of the east and northeast. The extended forecast then, slight chance for showers late tomorrow, 40% chance on Thursday. We drop down to 20 on Friday. Saturday looks good. Sunday not a washout, but we'll see a few scattered showers in the afternoon and evening at 40%. Notice these temperatures all remain above average for the next 7 days. No cold fronts at this point. Back to you.
Still waiting. All right, Bob, thank you. New at 6, the State College of Florida will no longer be offering dual enrollment classes to students on area high school campuses. Instead, Sarasota and Manatee County students can get dual enrollment credits online or by going to an SCF campus. In a letter, the superintendents of both county schools say they are disappointed by SCF's announcement. Dual enrollment allows students to earn college credit while also taking high school classes.
In consumer news now, the U.S. Postal Service is hiring throughout Florida, including here on the Suncoast. USPS is looking for rural carrier associates, which include a salary of almost $18 an hour. Now, in order to apply, you must have a valid driver license, a safe driving record, and at least 2 years of documented driving experience. Applications are only open until this Sunday.
The financial turnaround at SeaWorld is gaining some momentum. The company projecting a 10% attendance jump for the third quarter. So far this year, nearly 1.5 million more people have visited the parks compared to last year, and revenues are up by about $90 million. SeaWorld faced declining attendance and revenue in the years after the release of the documentary Blackfish.
The Coast Guard and other partner agencies are responding to a diesel fuel spill off the coast of Key West today. Take a look at these pictures sent into our newsroom. The Coast Guard says they got that call early this morning from the fishing boat named San Diego. 4 people on the boat were rescued and pollution responders were called to decrease the impact on the environment. They are still investigating the cause of this incident.
Well, when we come back, we're going to show you how a local high school plans on using a hefty donation. Stay with us.
Tonight, the Brett Kavanaugh investigation with allegations of past sexual assault, questions about drinking. Who is the FBI talking to? New details as the nominee stands firm. World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
My California Closets designer is a rock star. She was able to design the most beautiful space for me. When I turn the lights on, it's breathtaking. It's just a little slice of organized heaven. The California Closet team was so professional, so reliable. It was seriously a dream come true. My name is Jill, and this is my California Closet story.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC7 to get breaking news, plus first alert, weather, and traffic focused on where you live. ABC7, we're here for you.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you, with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991. Now, in one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
Booker High School receiving a large donation to support scholarships and the school's law academy. Former Assistant State Attorney and Sarasota native Damone Lee back home on the Suncoast to give back to his community. Lee donating $10,000, $5,000 going towards scholarships, the other half to the school's law academy.
To see that kids now have somewhat of an idea of what they're going to get into when they make that decision to invest so much time and resources and make such sacrifice in order to achieve that goal of becoming a lawyer, I just felt compelled to give as much as I could.
Awesome. Well, the Law Academy helps students prepare for careers in law and criminal justice fields. Lee attended Booker Middle School and also Sarasota High School. Good for him to be able to give back to his community.
That's great, yeah. Bob, tonight's showers kind of just little areas.
Yeah, they
there,
move through. It's pretty
many.
heavy at times, but then it moves through in 5-10 minutes, and for the most part, they're over. Let's look at the radar picture and show you. There's a little bit of activity still lingering out in the Gulf of Mexico. We could see a nice light show tonight off in the Gulf, and you can see really the state not all that impressive as far as heavy rainfall goes right now.
Doesn't look like summer.
No, not yet.
Feels like it though. World News Tonight with David Muir is next.
We'll see you again at 7 and 11. Have a good night.